While public health officials continue to urge Texans to get vaccinated against COVID-19, it is unclear how many elected officials have opted for the shot. KXAN investigators surveyed your state lawmakers. As Avery Travis reports tonight, many of the legislators working on public health issues are not going public with their personal vaccine status.
They were all just like disappearing like one after the other.
I got very frustrated.
I don't understand the thought process.
For months, we've covered the difficulties Texans faced trying to get appointments for the vaccine. But heading into the month of May, Texas reached a milestone. More than half the population has received at least one dose.
Because there's so much available, there really is no barrier and there's no excuses.
Still, state data shows the majority of Texas counties are sitting at 40% of their populations fully vaccinated or less. And polling from the Texas Politics Project at UT shows 28% of Texans have no plans of getting the COVID-19 vaccine.
So we wanted to know what the numbers look like inside the walls of the Capitol, particularly from lawmakers who are making key health-related decisions. That's lawmakers sitting on the House Human Services Committee, the House Public Health Committee, and the Senate Committee on Health and Human Services.
Of the nearly 30 lawmakers we contacted, only half got back to us to let us know they had received the vaccine by the time of this report.
A lot of them are leading by example.
Some have gone public, taking their shot to social media. Governor Greg Abbott got his on camera.
And to show the public that vaccines are important, that they're not a big deal.
It's not a new concept, says political strategist Ray Sullivan. During his time working in former Governor Rick Perry's office, he organized several public flu vaccine events. Once during the H1N1 scare. And oftentimes, the former governor's wife, a nurse by trade, would administer Perry's shot in front of a crowd. But when it came to our questions for lawmakers about the coronavirus vaccine, a spokesperson for one Republican senator from West Texas, Charles Perry, told us he'd opted not to comment on our report. We got a similar response from the office of Tony Rose, a Democrat from Dallas. After 3 emailed requests and several phone calls to each office, a dozen lawmakers on these health-related committees and their staff never got back to us.
You know, we've seen in recent years, everything has become seemingly more political and more divisive. So it doesn't surprise me that members on either side of the aisle want to keep those decisions private.
2 of the lawmakers who we never heard from, Senator Lois Kolkhorst and Representative Stephanie Klick. They sit on the expert vaccine allocation panel. That's the group deciding who's eligible for the vaccine and when, and how many doses providers get each week.
Austin, Texas is the epicenter of the anti-vaccine movement in America.
2 months ago, infectious disease expert Peter Hotez predicted distribution decisions and supply problems would soon become less of a barrier. He was already worried about how misinformation, or even just hesitancy around this vaccine, would affect a return to normal. But ultimately,
Texas has a part-time legislature. These are folks who come here and work for 140 days every other year and then go back and have normal jobs and normal lives. And just like everybody, it is up to them on how private and public they want to be about their vaccines.
Avery Travis, KXAN Investigates.
To explore the full list of which lawmakers are going public with their decision to get vaccinated and which are not, head online to KXAN.com and look for this story in the Vaccine Rollout Investigations section. We will continue to update this list if legislators decide to share their vaccine status. Plus, you can see which of their districts have the highest and the lowest vaccination rates.